Los fanáticos del boxeo disfrutaron de una velada llena de acción en Phoenix, donde uno de los guerreros más destacados de las categorías inferiores del deporte brindó una actuación excepcional. Jesse Bam Rodríguez, con tan solo 24 años, se consagró al detener al duro campeón de 115 libras del CMB, Juan Francisco Estrada, convirtiéndose en el primer hombre en lograrlo. La pelea se tornó aún más emocionante cuando Rodríguez tuvo que levantarse de una caída repentina para ganar. Regresando a la división de las 115 libras tras unificar en las 112, Bam demostró con creces que es una estrella libra por libra en ascenso. El promotor Eddie no escatimó en elogios después de la victoria de Rodríguez por un golpe al cuerpo en el séptimo asalto, destacando su potencial para dominar la categoría. Con un récord de 20-0, 13 knockouts, Rodríguez ha demostrado ser un boxeador completo, puede boxear, golpear, recibir golpes duros y dañar tanto la cabeza como el cuerpo de sus oponentes. Sin duda, estamos ante un peleador especial. Entonces, ¿qué sigue para Bam? A pesar de que todavía le falten algunos años para alcanzar su máximo potencial, las opciones son abundantes. Una revancha con Estrada, quien tiene una cláusula de revancha en su contrato, es una posibilidad. Estrada, con un récord de 44-4, 28 knockouts, ya ha insinuado su intención de hacerla valer. La pelea de anoche fue lo suficientemente emocionante como para justificar una segunda parte, aunque Bam también tiene otras opciones interesantes en el horizonte. La gran pelea de ensueño para Rodríguez sería enfrentarse a la superestrella japonesa Naoya Inoue, considerado por muchos como el número 1 libra por libra. Este enfrentamiento, monstruoso, podría tener lugar el próximo año, aunque implicaría que Rodríguez suba 2 divisiones de peso para desafiar al campeón unificado de las 122 libras, o podrían encontrarse en un peso pactado. Si Rodríguez logra mantener su efectividad y velocidad al subir de peso, podríamos estar ante una pelea clásica del futuro con Inoue. Mientras tanto, Rodríguez también podría enfrentarse al ganador de la próxima pelea entre Kazuto Ayouka y Fernando Martínez, quienes competirán en una unificación de 2 cinturones el próximo mes. Quizás Rodríguez buscará unificar la división de 115 libras. Por ahora, los expertos tendrán que debatir dónde ubicar a Rodríguez en las listas libra por libra. Cuando mencionas a Terence Crawford, a Oleksandr Usyk, a Naoya Inoue en la lista libra por libra, no olvides esas 3 letras especiales. Bam, afirmó Hearn.
And it certainly delivered. Let's just start with Jesse Rodríguez. The body shot in the 7th round, just unbelievable to sink Estrada and to finish it like that.
Yeah, it was just, an incredible fight. I mean, everything, like you said, we dreamed of, with the atmosphere, with the fight itself. I felt like Bam dominated the first part of the fight, but then obviously Estrada came back with the knockdown and completely turned the fight on its head. Jesse recovered, but Estrada was in the fight, and all of a sudden the body shot was just absolutely perfectly placed, and he couldn't get up, couldn't breathe, couldn't get up, and a stunning finish, stunning knockout to a stunning fight, and wild scorecards as well, that I don't necessarily agree with, but shows you how competitive the fight was, how dramatic the fight was. I actually would have liked to have seen the fight go down the straight, and maybe we'll see that next time, but yeah, unbelievable. Jesse Rodríguez, 24 years of age, just a pure pound-for-pound star.
Were you surprised by the dominance that he showed through the first four rounds until he got dropped himself? Because it seemed like he was coasting to a really dominant victory then.
Yeah, I think, don't forget, Gallo's been out for a while, so sometimes you think that, it's going to take him a little bit of time to get in the fight, and he's a very good finisher, Gallo, especially down the back straight. So I wasn't surprised that Jesse was, outsharping him in the early parts of the fight. I was surprised that he hurt him so early. But to be honest, Jesse looked very heavy-handed tonight, and at 24, he's really, building his strength up. He's getting stronger and stronger. He's punching harder and harder, and he dominated the fight early, obviously, until the knockdown.
How scary is Jesse as a talent, as a boxer? As you say, he's only 24 years old. He's taken out 3 of the 4 kings already, and surely there's way more to come from him.
Yeah, I think the problem with the lower weight classes is they don't often get the respect of the higher weight classes. For me, Jesse Rodríguez should be mentioned, as I said in the ring, in the same sentences as Crawford and Usyk and Inoue. He's that good. He's gone through Quadras, gone through Rungvisai, gone through Edwards, stopped Estrada. Like he's already on the pound for pound list, but you heard Doug Fisher from the Ring magazine say like he's going to move up more than one spot. I think he's top 5 pound for pound now, and this is you're talking about a guy who's 24 years old. I mean, he has another 5-6 years in his prime. So this is a special talent, honoured to represent him. And you know, you saw the crowd in there tonight. We're in Phoenix, we're not in San Antonio. You know, and as many Mexicans as was in here tonight, there was a huge support for Jesse Rodriguez as well. He's a real star.
As you said, the lower weights do struggle to get that respect, but 10,000 people in here tonight to support both men, but obviously Jesse to have that sort of draw outside of his hometown, that just shows that the respect is there.
Yeah, I think any true fight fan knows how good the smaller weight classes are to watch. You know, I hope that His Excellency watched tonight, because he will see how big a star Jesse Rodriguez is, and I hope that he can consider him for his shows, because he loves great boxing, he loves pound for pound stars, and you've got one in Jesse Rodriguez. But you know, there's opportunities, obviously the rematch is there's opportunities in Japan, there's opportunities to go back to San Antonio or stay here in Phoenix. So the future's bright. He wants to try and unify the division. Gallo does have a rematch clause, we'll see how that plays out, but the future, as we said, incredibly bright.
What would your gut be saying if you were obviously looking forward with the rematch clause there? Gallo did drop Jesse, so maybe he thinks he can come back.
And on one judges' scorecards, Estrada was up by 2 points, which is wild. Another one had it all square, which is again very favourable to Estrada. But you know, it was a very competitive fight. Some of the rounds were close. He knocked Jesse down, but Jesse was still dominating the fight early. So I would have loved to see it go into the stretch, because Gallo is a very good finisher. So you know, I think that he will probably look to take the rematch, but we'll see.
Talk about Inoue, but Jesse calls it a fantasy fight, but the fact that he's in that conversation, even though he's 2 weight classes below, shows that there is that massive interest there. Is that something that you'd be looking at? Or?
Jesse against Inoue is a fantasy fight. It's also an incredible fight. You know, you're talking about a guy that's come up from light flyweight. He's currently at super flyweight. He'll definitely go to bantam, and I'm sure he'll go to super bantam in time. But they'll probably end up missing each other. But who knows? You know, if Inoue does stay at 122 for the next couple of years, Jesse will meet him there. But yeah, probably a fantasy fight for now, but what a fantasy fight it would be.
Thank you. Eres, si serás una leyenda para todo México, así que orgulloso, con la frente en alto, siempre. No seas anime, eres una leyenda. Sí, la revancha. Exactamente, así que no seas anime,
¿Qué opinas de la victoria de Jesse Bam Rodríguez sobre el gallo Estrada? ¿Crees que Rodríguez tiene lo necesario para enfrentar y derrotar a Naoya Inoue? Déjanos tu opinión en los comentarios y únete a la discusión. Gracias por ver el vídeo. Si te gustó, no olvides suscribirte al canal y activar la campanita para no perderte ninguna de nuestras próximas actualizaciones. Nos vemos en el próximo vídeo.